एक दूसरे पर लांछन लगाना और विशेषकर सावरकर की ये माफीनामा और वगैरह, इस पर मुझे लग रहा है रोक लगानी चाहिए और खुद कांग्रेस को इस बात को एडमिट करना चाहिए।
सी ऑफ सावरकर।
Anushka, I'll answer that, but before that, let me just put one point across.
जी.
Is Rahul Gandhi the grandson of Mrs. Indira Gandhi or not? If he is the grandson of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, then he should abide by what Mrs. Indira Gandhi said about Savarkarji on 8th May 1980, that he is the remarkable son of India. It is Mrs. Gandhi's letter on record. So, and then also, if they believe in Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, then let's understand 18 January 1920, Narayan Rao Savarkar, the brother of Veer Savarkarji, has written to Mahatma on 25th January 1920, saying that please write another appeal, make it appeal like a political prisoner, and that letter was written on the suggestion of Mahatma Gandhi ji, and which was rejected later on.
Vikram Sampath also records that
today, another point also here also.
Yeah.
Just another second, Anushka, another second, please. The history is not only which suits Congress. The history is which is the fact of the country. 1885 Congress was born. Congress came into existence.
तो मुझे लग रहा है कि वो भी एक बार हमारे कांग्रेस के जो लोग हैं उनको समझ लेनी चाहिए, पढ़ लेनी चाहिए। उन्होंने स्पष्ट रूप से लिखा, मैं कोट कर देता हूँ कि सावरकर की रिहाई के लिए जो मैंने मेरे पॉसिबल था, यानी मैं जितना मैं कर सकता था मैंने उतना किया है। यानी खुद गांधी जी भी इस बात को लगे हुए थे कि सावरकर भी किसी तरह से रिहा हो जाए।
historical evidence that has been cited right from Mahatma Gandhi to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and to Indira Gandhi. Can Congress party really ignore its own history when it comes to Savarkar? 1 minute.
Yes, thank you. See, number one, while Mr. Nehru, Mr. Gandhi, Mr. Patel were in jail, they weren't writing any letters to get out of jail. They stayed inside the prison for years at length. Number two, R.P. Singh ji asked me a question.
But I want to reiterate what Dinesh Khandelwal said, that history and the freedom struggle was about different freedom fighters contributing in their own way. And the legacy of Veer Savarkar one day, hopefully, will be spoken about with its own nuance and without the political whataboutery. I thank everyone for joining us on the broadcast. Before I end the show, there's some breaking news coming in. Let's go to that. And after a humiliating loss to England in T20 World Cup 2022, the BC...
So close. So why this is important is that this is coming right after the T20 World Cup semi-final exit. While a semi-final in itself wouldn't be considered too bad a performance, but this is something that where India has been stuck for a very long time, which is not winning an ICC trophy. So at this stage, of course, the BCCI wants to,
story. So clearly, after that humiliating defeat at the T20 World Cup, a big step taken by BCCI. Well, with that, it's a wrap from me on this edition of Brass Tacks. Mario Shakil joins you.
நாங்கள் 3 நாளிலேயோ 3 நிமிஷத்துலேயோ இல்லைன்னா 3 வருஷத்துலேயோ நாங்கள் வெளியில் வரலங்க.
And others were released after 32 years in prison. Initially, they were convicted.
The sentence were commuted to life and they were languishing in the prison close to 2 decades. That's where we pitched in. Our leader pitched in and say, on humanitarian grounds, you have to take a call.
We have been saying right from the day one that
He was killed in a suicide bombing in Sri Perumbudur in Tamil Nadu by the terrorist group, the LTTE. Those behind the conspiracy were tried, convicted and imprisoned, but they also continue to serve as political props in Tamil Nadu, with both the Dravidian parties evoking sympathy for the convicts given their connection to the Tamil cause, which was at the center of the civil war in Sri Lanka. Over the years, the members of the Gandhi family have made public statements forgiving the convicts, but political leaders, including those from the Congress, have made the point that the murderers of those individuals who are holding or have held the highest political office in the land cannot be forgiven. It is a direct attack against the country. But on the 11th of November, the Supreme Court set free 6 convicts, effectively releasing all of Rajiv Gandhi's killers. The bench set the release on the same basis as the order which led to the release of convict Pirari Valan, who was set free in May. The court, in fact, stated that the governor was bound to accept the recommendation of the Tamil Nadu government granting remission. Now the central government has filed a review petition challenging the Supreme Court order, and here is what the government has argued. First, the principal order of Pirari Valan, 4 of the 6 convicts, and this is very, very important point here, 4 of the 6 convicts are in fact Sri Lankan nationals. Appellants had a more serious role in comparison to Pirari Valan, and hence the 2 cases of remission cannot be compared. And the assassination of a former Prime Minister and 16 other Indian nationals. Joining me on the show, M. Radhakrishnan is Nalini's lawyer. We also have Ramaswamy Mayappan, advocate, Shama Muhammad, spokesperson of the Congress. Vathya Lingam is DMK spokesperson. We also have Sumansi Raman, former Prime Minister.
Very true, Maria. So the review has been filed on multiple grounds. So the foremost of which here is that 4 of them are different to the other convicts. In the case that unequals can't be treated as equally. The 4 of them, primarily Murugan, Robert Payas, Sanatan and Jayakumar, or all other is 1. And another issue that the union government has taken up on the review is that there was an order that was passed by the Ministry of Home Affairs in consultation with the CBI on the direction of the Supreme Court on 18/4/2018, rejecting the proposal made by the state government. After the rejection of that proposal, which was taken cognizance by the Supreme Court and the writ petitions then being dismissed, can that order be?
At the outset, I take very strong exception to the expressions terrorist and offense against the nation. So, you criticize the Supreme Court's ruling in 1999. There is no terrorism, there is no offense against Section 302 IPC. They were participants in the conspiracy which led to the death of former Prime Minister and 14 others. There is no doubt about it. But the Criminal Procedure Code clearly provides for the release once they complete 14 years of imprisonment.
No, but Mr. Radhakrishnan,
foreigners,
how can
Indians,
no.
Yes,
how can you draw a parity with earlier release of a convict such as Pirari Valan? He was an Indian national. And 4 of the convicts in this case who have been given remission are Sri Lankans.
Yes. No, I will tell you, in prison all are equal. That is settled long ago by Justice Krishna Iyer judgment in 1980. Foreigners and Indians are alike in prison. Everyone is having the benefit of all the facilities in prison. Everyone should be treated alike in prison. The same way they should be released on the same criteria.
An act against the nation. When a former Prime Minister is assassinated,
that's what I'm telling you. No,
it's
again,
an act.
No,
sir. This is an act which has international ramifications. So, if a terrorist is given remission, then it sets a bad precedent.
No, all these arguments were advanced and rejected by the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court. It is not an act against the state, not an act against the nation. It is not a terrorist act. Kindly see the judgment once. So, otherwise, they would have been convicted under Tada. The state government would have no role to play.
Okay.
The state government cannot enter.
Okay.
Once
I will ask Ramaswamy Mayappan to respond to that. Yes, please go ahead.
No, only one.
Point. Yes.
No,
yes.
Only one. No, I will make it clear. Only one thing. You see, all the 7 people were found eligible to be released under the scheme of Tamil Nadu, humanitarian grounds. It is general amnesty scheme.
Yes, that is what is problematic here, and that's why I want to understand from Vathya Lingam.
Back in 2013 and till recently in Uganda National's case, our Supreme Court has ruled foreigners also to enjoy right to life and liberty on Indian soil. That is the law established and ruled by the Supreme Court that is binding on all. They are also humans. They are not only because they are foreigners. They
but
don't
how do you
lose
forget that this
their,
was an unparalleled act?
not
unparalleled. An assassination of Indian Prime Minister.
I am citing several parallel cases involving Ugandans, other nationals committing crimes in Indian soil.
Between the two Dravidian parties here.
No.
Yeah, sir, please wait, sir. Let me speak. Maria,
take the same view.
Sir, please 1 minute. Maria, the issue is very simple. First of all, it is most welcome that the center has chosen to file a review petition. Perhaps this could even have been avoided, lapses. But look, I think that political parties also need to come clean. I mean, even the Congress party in Tamil Nadu, is sort of, there are, say, elements within the Congress party who are not vehemently opposed to the release. So I think that political parties, it's in Tamil Nadu, the belief that remission already has been granted.
Yes, since you have spoken about the Congress party,
I want life imprisonment. So how can a second remission be given?
Yeah, second remission is problematic here. So let me ask Shama Mohammed. Shama Mohammed, the Congress party, when the order came, had said that this was unacceptable, erroneous and untenable. But the fact is also that the whole case got watered down, the more corrected here.
Yeah, first and foremost, Maria, there was somebody on this panel who said that they are not terrorists. I want to tell them, Nalini, Perivaralan, all of them are terrorists come assassins. Now, the case over here is not about a normal individual. It's the former Prime Minister of this country. And the punishment to this is a message. What is a precedent for the release of Nalini, the terrorist, and the rest of them, is the Perivaralan case. Perivaralan, in 2018, the case went from the state government of Tamil Nadu to the governor. The governor sat on it till 2021. And even the Supreme Court came out heavily down on the governor and said extraordinary. But let me come out and tell what Mr. Tushar Mehta, who is the Solicitor General at that point of time, representing the government of India and representing the governor. He told in court that we are going to come back about this in a week's time. So it is like, okay, his release will be thought of. At that point, the Solicitor
Shama, are you objecting to also what the DMK spokesperson has said on this panel, that the central government is vindictive, that it is against the Tamilian cause?
No, let me tell whoever the DMK panelist or whoever is on this panel.
Yes, let's have the two of them on the screen now, please. Yes, go ahead.
Able to see that
yes, please,
the government filed the review petition a bit late. And why? My question to the central government is, they sat on it. I mean, the governor sitting on it for 2 years is basically the central government sitting on it for 2 years, because they had a difference on it should go to the president and not the governor. I don't understand what that means. I mean, that's some novel idea, because the governor is basically representation of the president